Hi, I'm Mark Mazzaferro, and it's time for another episode of Fire Facts. And with us, as always on Fire Facts, is the fire chief for the city of Vacaville, Chris Concepcion. Chris, how are you today?
Good. How are you doing, Mark?
Good. I'm doing well. You sound a little nasally there.
A little bit of a cold. Some stuff going around, so, you know.
It happens.
I caught it. I caught whatever was going around.
Yeah, thanks for the warning. No, I'm just kidding. It's you put that together with temps in the 30s, and, that's just not fun, is it?
No.
Yeah, but
still getting used to the weather up here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're from Southern California.
I was just down at a conference in Southern California. It was 85 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
So
sitting in your shorts and your Hawaiian shirt, poolside.
Yeah.
That's my kind of conference. Of course, I'm kidding. I'm sure it was very strenuous, and you went over a lot of important.
We were learning lots of good things.
Exactly.
Yes.
I feel safer already. But enough of the repartee.
Yeah.
We haven't talked in a while, and since our last episode, we graduated some folks from the academy.
We did. We graduated 13 new recruits for the Vacaville Fire Department. So they went through a 14-week academy, a very strenuous academy, and they graduated on December 6th. And so now the 13 of them have hit the floor, and so we're up to full capacity again as far as the fire department is concerned.
Excellent. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. At some point during a typical academy, you lose some folks, right?
Typically, there's a chance that you do. I mean, the academy is pretty strenuous, both physically and academically. We put them through the paces, and it is not unusual or not uncommon to lose a couple of folks during the academy. But this class seems to be a very good class. They still now have to go through the rest of their 18-month probation, so they aren't quite, over their hiring process, if you will. So they're going to be tested every couple of months now, but they're out in the field. Yeah.
So, I mean, is this what you went through when you became a firefighter, or has it changed a lot? Or
I went through a 14-week academy when I went through, and typically academies are anywhere between 12 and I've heard of academies as long as 20, 22 weeks in the fire service. There are some longer academies. I think the agency where I used to work, I think their academy is now up to about 18 weeks. And we actually took ours was a 12-week academy, and we felt that it was necessary to extend it a couple of weeks, so now it's 14 weeks.
Great. And then 18 months probation for you too, or?
No, I went through a 12-month probation.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that seems kind of typical. 6 months, 12 months, 18 months.
I was surprised when I got up here that that they go through an 18-month probation, but it's it's fair, and we really can see in that time period you really weed out the folks that because you're making a huge investment in these people, and you're making a huge investment into their education, and you got to remember that now. They're going to be providing service here in the city of Vacaville for the next 30 years. And, if they're not somebody that you want, or they're not somebody that's going to fit into the culture that, that we've created here in the department, then, we don't necessarily want them.
Yeah, and I'm sure vice versa. They want to make sure it's a good fit for them too. So it kind of makes sense, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
I had the pleasure of meeting not all of them, but many of them, and they seem like a great crew.
This is an especially good crew. The 13. The unusual part about this 13 is typically we will get very new, without much experience. I mean, we're hiring a lot of paramedics now, and typically, they've had a lot of experience as far as paramedics. They may not have a lot of experience in the fire service,
right?
But this particular class, at least half of them, if not over half of them, have significant fire service experience. We were actually able to attract a couple of them from different other departments.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because I thought maybe it was just me. When you get older, people look younger, but it seemed like some of these folks they just appeared to be more mature.
They look more mature, and that's the other thing too. Is now that they have had experience, they are more mature. They're able to withstand the trials and tribulations of an academy. Yeah.
Well, as you know, we put together a nice video
Yes.
with the 13
it was a great video.
But before we get to do you guys have a nickname for these guys? You call them a baker's dozen, or I mean, 13 kind of.
Well, they actually gave themselves a nickname.
Well, and we'll see that in this
Yeah.
video that we prepared.
Yes, yeah. So then they gave themselves the nickname the Wolf Pack.
Oh, the Wolf
So,
Pack.
Wolf
Okay.
Pack, yeah. So I mean, there's been other nicknames, probably stuff that I can't mention.
Sure.
You know how the fire service is.
Oh,
but,
yeah, you guys. Whew.
But they call themselves the Wolf Pack. It seems like a fitting nickname for the group.
Like I said, I like baker's dozen, but what
Yeah.
do I know? I'm not a firefighter. I'm sorry. All right, so we're going to take a look at that video right now, and I hope you enjoy it.
I became a firefighter because there's no greater feeling than being able to attempt to make a difference in somebody's life.
My dad is a firefighter, and I grew up around the culture. Growing up, my dad was a firefighter, and being able to see how much pride he took in it and what he's able to do for the community was really kind of an interest for me.
As firefighters, you get the opportunity to make a difference in people's lives.
I wanted to help out with the community. I also wanted to have a career that was similar to the Marines. I like to have the camaraderie that I got there, and I wanted to be able to do that the rest of my life with a new family.
I discovered a love and passion for it.
My grandpa was a fireman. Just a passion for helping people. I've lived in Vacaville my whole life, and I feel that it's one of the best ways to give back to the community.
I became a firefighter because of the challenge. You're never going to see everything or do everything, so you're constantly learning and growing as a person as well as in your career.
When I was about 19, my best friend got into a real bad car accident, and he became paralyzed. I spent a lot of time with him after the accident, and I realized that I really enjoyed helping somebody that needed help.
As a child, we needed a lot of help from our community and my family, and so I wanted to take the opportunity to hopefully give back to the community and return all the favors that were done for me.
I became a firefighter because I wanted to serve the community that I live in.
I became a firefighter because growing up, our families always got together and we always had family events. So having a tight-knit family is important to me. It's the same atmosphere, the same family type of environment, and I like that. I like the fact that we have fun, we poke fun at each other, and then when the bells go off, it's time to go to work.
I became a firefighter because my grandmother actually died in the hands of a firefighter and was successfully resuscitated by a firefighter. And many years later, she's still with us today because a firefighter saved her life. And from that moment on, I knew that's what I wanted to do. I knew that's who I wanted to be, and that moment gave my life purpose.
be looking at you, or?
For me, the most memorable thing that, can you repeat the question?
Some of the more interesting things that happened during the academy happened in the van. Those are all something that will stay in the van. What was said in the van will stay in the van. But I would definitely say the best times and the funniest times were in that van going from place to place.
I'd say some of the nicknames that we've developed over the academy times have been pretty awesome. We have one person that actually has 2 nicknames. We have Mike Leonhardt. Right off the get-go when we met him, we were like, man, this guy looks like Dominic Toretto or Vin Diesel from Fast and Furious. So call him Toretto every once in a while, or Dom.
That's a horrible answer.
Being with my brothers and sisters, being on the 24, I'm sorry, can I start that one over?
Sure.
What was the question again?
There's some smells that came out of that van that were pretty, pretty awful.
What was the question?
My favorite firehouse meal was probably Captain Jepson's tater tot dinner.
Captain Jepson's chicken thighs.
Captain Jepson made I think he calls it like a protein burger or something. Probably a 3/4 to a pound of a turkey burger, bacon, do an egg over easy on top of that, and sweet potato fries, avocado. We just make this giant gut bomb essentially.
Working for this department and having this opportunity and going through this academy has been the best opportunity of my entire life. It's been the most fun I've ever had in my entire life. The friendships I've made in this academy from my fellow recruits and from everyone who's helped out are friendships that I'll have for the rest of my life. And I look forward to the next 30 years of serving this community and the community of Vacaville and working with my brothers and sisters in this department. I'm very, very thankful to be in this position.
For me, the most challenging part of the academy was sometimes holding back my emotions. Growing up in Vacaville, coming to work and seeing places where I grew up, places where I rode my bike and played soccer as a kid, and washing the apparatus at the end of the day, I'd come across the Vacaville sticker on the engine and kind of get a little emotional and almost tear up. And it's just priceless feeling to be actually work in my hometown community now. And I'm here and I made it and I'm wearing the uniform and it feels great. And sometimes I had to hold back those emotions and not cry in front of my academy.
I feel a part of the Vacaville Fire Department because when we do our 24-hour shifts, everybody is so accommodating. Everybody wants to see you succeed. Everybody's asking you, do you need help for anything? So coming in there with a game plan, coming in there with your weaknesses and exposing your weaknesses and having your brothers and sisters help you out definitely makes you feel a part of that family, and them wanting to see you succeed and become, see you for the next 20 to 35 years here is great.
I'm gonna be sad to leave my 12 fellow academy recruits. We became pretty tight, and it's gonna be definitely dynamic going to the floor, but it'll be good.
I really feel like a part of the Vacaville Fire Department family because of these 24-hour shifts and how we're working them on our weekends, and everybody's inviting us in and really trying to help us succeed and donating their time on these shifts to ensure that we're getting the best information possible. And someone made a real good analogy. I can't remember exactly who said it, but it was, the Vacaville Fire Department's the Ferris wheel, and it's spinning, and we're sitting at the bottom getting ready to jump on, and everybody is really making that jump a lot easier for us and making us feel at home and ensuring that we all know that they're going to be there for us to help us out and get through it.
I feel like they have recognized my strengths, but also identified my weaknesses. And I think with all of that came a lot of learning. And I think that they have embraced me as a brother, and I have been welcomed into this family, and they want to see me succeed. And I think that that's been from station to station, from week to week, and from every moment of this academy. It's been a process of bettering me as a firefighter, as a man, as a person, and as a teammate for my career.
I had some problems with my truck, and I needed some tools to be able to finish the job. And it was after a long day, and I went into Station 71 and was heading home, and they offered for me to sit down and have dinner, and I said I had to go home and work on the truck, and they immediately said, hey, we have all the tools here, we'll come help you. And all 5 of them came outside, 6 of them, including the battalion chief, and sat there and worked on the car, or on the truck. Didn't end up finishing it that night, and they were like, hey, take my car, go home, get some rest, we'll take care of it while you're in the academy tomorrow. And I was in the academy, and I got done that day, and my truck was sitting outside completely ready, and they did it with no questions asked. It was and they specifically said, just because you're in the academy doesn't mean you're not part of the family already.
The way I'm treated by everybody that works for this agency, including the people on the floor and the people in the administrative offices, treat you like you're a friend, you're a family member. Everybody's willing to help. Everyone has made this experience pleasant, and I look forward to the future years of the same thing.
Being on the 24-hour shifts, everybody in the stations has been really helpful. They've all been willing to help. They've gone out of their way to help you out and make sure that you're successful, and they want to see you succeed and become part of the brotherhood here.
I really feel like a part of the Vacaville Fire Department family, because even on day 1, our first day in the firehouse, we were accepted like we've been there for 15 years. I had everybody on the crew offering up their phone numbers to help me on their days off with whatever I needed, even though I had only known them for a short period of time.
I got married during this academy, and it was a little bit difficult scheduling-wise. Obviously, my training captain and the chiefs really helped me out and was able to work around my schedule and made sure that I was there, and always gave me the confidence that they would be able to make sure that happened, and very much treated me like this is, that it was important to them just as it was important to me.
I really feel like part of the Vacaville Fire Department family because this is my home, this is where I live, and where I'm raising my family. And now being able to be part of the department, being accepted by my colleagues and comrade, it's really kind of welcomed me to the department.
I'm the type of person that's been working at this for a long time. I've applied to probably 50 departments. I've had probably 20 interviews, 10 chiefs interviews. I've been very far in a lot of processes, and no one would give me that opportunity, and no one would give me a chance. And this is the first city and the first department to ever give me a chance and to truly believe in me. And from the day I got the phone call that I was offered this position, I received multiple text messages from people as probationary firefighters to full-on firefighters to the chief himself, said, welcome home. And from the very first day, I felt like a member of this family. I've never felt like a number. I've always felt like an individual, and I'm looking forward to spending the rest of my career with this family.
I'm a Vacaville City firefighter.
My passion is to serve.
To serve.
To serve.
And for the opportunity, my life will be my collateral.
I will answer the call, and I will have the courage to act.
I'm a Vacaville City firefighter.
I am a Vacaville City firefighter.
I'm a Vacaville City firefighter.
My professionalism will speak for itself.
I will remain loyal to my community
and to the traditions of those who served before me.
I am a Vacaville City firefighter.
I am a Vacaville City firefighter.
I am a Vacaville City firefighter.
My badge is my family crest.
I will learn, train, and prepare to ensure we all go home.
I will not
leave a brother or sister behind.
I am a Vacaville City firefighter.
I am a Vacaville City firefighter.
I am a Vacaville City firefighter.
Through honesty, integrity, leadership, and loyalty,
I will ensure the advancement of the department and the community.
I will strive to leave both better when my duty is complete.
I am a Vacaville City firefighter.
I'm a Vacaville City firefighter.
I am a Vacaville City firefighter.
I'm not here for me.
I am not here for me.
I am not here for me. I am here for we, and we are here for them.
And we're back. So, Chris, everybody has had an opportunity to meet our 13 new recruits.
Yes.
How do you think they're going to do?
I think they're going to do really well. And like I said, a lot of them have had some previous experience in the fire service. One of them had 8 or 10 years, with another agency, And so I expect really good things out of this group. As we mentioned before, their maturity has shown through, and I think that's important. So I'm really expecting good things. I think each and every one of them fit really well into the culture of the Vacaville Fire Department and the culture of the city of Vacaville and the community of Vacaville. So yeah, I've got nothing but great expectations for these folks.
Good deal.
Yeah.
They all seem to be totally into it. They're
Yeah,
dedicated to their jobs.
Yeah, the one thing that really stood out to us is, we really expect when we put an academy together, and it's unusual for, the size of a Vacaville Fire Department, it's unusual for us to have a class so large as 13, but we were carrying a significant number of vacancies for a year or so. But you always kind of have to wonder when you put an academy together and you hire from different areas and different people from different backgrounds and all that kind of stuff, how well they're going to gel. And this group really seemed to gel very well because they, from the first day, they all had the same backpacks, they had the same water jug, they had the same binder, and they were just, it seems like such a little thing, but for a group to come together and be that tight right from the beginning, and it came down to I was talking to them on their last day of the academy, and they're getting ready for graduation, and they're shining their boots. And I looked down, and I think they were all wearing the same socks. So, this is a tight knit group, and that's why I think it's going to be good.
Cool, that's great. I just have one question, and it came up during the video.
Yeah.
This van. What's going on in that van?
Yeah, I want to know what's going on. Maybe I don't want to know what's going on in the van.
It's one of those
maybe
don't ask, don't tell
maybe
deals.
it's better off that I don't know what's going on in the van. But this time around, because it was such a large class, and the academy, we don't have our own training facility, so we have to transport them to a bunch of different places for where they're going to get their training. And so the idea came up instead of, we didn't have a city vehicle that we were able to use for that length of time. So the idea came up and I approved it, and that we would rent a van for the duration of the academy to transport them. So apparently they had a lot of good times in the academy. So
got pretty ripe in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
well, that's great. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video because
Yes,
our
it was a great video.
videographer did
Yeah.
a fantastic job
Yeah.
on it. Your folks were great. Certainly, it's a testament to your department and what happens there. That's for sure.
Yes.
A great marketing piece for you guys. too.
yeah, I think it's going to be a great recruiting tool for us. Yeah,
Excellent.
absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So, what else is going on in the fire department? Anything else we can talk about? The holidays are here. Anything to look
Holidays
forward
are
to
here.
in 2018?
I think the biggest thing is just for everyone to remember that the holidays and the Christmas tree safety. If you're going to get a Christmas tree, make sure that it's watered sufficiently so it doesn't get dry, because a real Christmas tree gets dry very quickly. Don't have your Christmas tree near any combustibles, that kind of thing. So just be careful during the holidays. We don't want to have to go out to your house, especially with it full of Christmas presents.
Yeah, that'll wreck
Lose all
Christmas
that kind of
morning.
stuff.
That's
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely. Yeah, and as far as next year, I think we're this year. I think we're going to find out that we've had another 5-6% increase in the number of calls. So it just seems like the call load in the city of Vacaville is getting more and more. But I think we're being able to keep up with it. The one thing that we did change and is working out really well for us is on July 1st, and I think we've talked about it before, is we brought back the browned out ambulance. That is working out. That's working out real well. But I just noticed over the last couple of weeks or month or so, I keep hearing over the radio that all 4 of our ambulances are actually out on call. So either the flu season is upon us or what, but it just seems like it's been busy this last month.
Well, I don't know if you've seen the articles. Apparently, the flu vaccine that we've all been given a shot of, it doesn't quite cover all the flu viruses that are out there.
Apparently not.
That's good news, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got experience with that.
Yeah,
so,
well, speaking of
'cause
which,
I got a flu
right,
shot,
right.
but
Yeah, me
yeah.
too. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, we'll see what happens. Well, great. Listen, glad the academy went well.
Yes.
You've got
Yeah.
13 new charges that I think are going to represent the city and the department
Yes,
exceptionally well.
They are going to. I've got very, very high expectations of them, and I have no doubt they're going to fit in really, really well.
Great.
Yeah.
And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, sir.
Same to you.
Thank you. And thank you all for watching this episode of Fire Facts. We'll see you next time.